So hello guys, this is OTL this time at the Belgian Grand Prix. So this is a league we're now a reserve driver in, and we're able to take part in this Grand Prix. So this is our lap in quali. We'd previously done a lap on mediums as we head down to La Source. We don't quite get enough speed coming out of there, but it's still a tenth and a half up on our previous lap as we head towards Radion and Eau Rouge, or Eau Rouge and Radion, depending on how you want to say it. So definitely leaves time going up there. Didn't quite hit the apex properly. As we go down on the very, very long straight. Brake for Lacombe. That was okay. That was better as we head down to Ravage. And now Speaker's Corner, No Name Corner. I believe it may even be called after Jochen Mass, possibly, I may be wrong. And down into Pouhon. Do lose time there on my run on the mediums, so this isn't a perfect lap by any stretch. But it'll hopefully keep us in the top 10 for quali. It's a bit down into Stavelot. And as we race towards Blanchemont on the bus stop. Hope our brakes aren't too cold as we get to the bus stop. This is no lifting, no braking now until that point. Slam on for the bus stop. Gain 2/10 there just off the braking. And then race towards the line, and that's... So we've gained 1.2 seconds, much quicker. We're now in P5. 3/10 off Mirko in third. There's still a lot of time and there's still a lot of people to do laps, so I don't think we'll stay there. And we end at P9, which isn't the worst result in the world, especially from a debut race. Obviously I won here in WMWE Sports last week. I don't think I'm going to be challenging for a win this time. However, it'll be a fun experience, and so we'll give this a go. And so we're on the grid now. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Not the best of starts. We'll lose ground to Ranger. JN Tex is about to come up our inside as well. As is Skarma going to come up our inside, so we're sandwiched slightly. Very cautious start from us. I didn't want to make a prat of myself in my first race. So a P10 at the moment. Not quite brave enough to take Eau Rouge flat on the first lap with a full tank of fuel. So JN Tex behind me is going to get a run on me. Our road rival Skarma ahead at the moment. But JN Tex is going to shoot up her inside. So we'll give him the space there. We're going to run wide. And F. Lewis is just going to sneak straight up the outside. Great move by F. Lewis. Oh, and that was Ranger, sorry. So Ranger was in the wall. So we'd originally lost 3 positions off the start, make that 2 now. And so my plan is for this race is to keep it tidy, keep it neat. Don't overexert myself too much. And try and pick up a top 10 finish, I think. And I'm not sure where Williams are in the constructors here, but it'd be nice to pick up some points for them, even if their steering wheel looks as though it was bought off a wish. And so at the moment, top 11. Loads and loads of battles going on ahead of us, so hopefully we can pick up the scraps from these. And we've got Mikey and Dixie Enormous as well behind us, who are on an alternate strategy, so it'd be good to somehow stretch our legs from them. They're going to benefit from being in a DRS train, definitely. There's cars side by side everywhere going into La Source now. Mikey pushed us through the bus stop earlier. And so we need to make sure we're within a second of F. Lewis in front of us for the next lap, so we're in DRS range. And because these guys ahead are battling, we're going to hopefully be able to stay on the back end of them. So we're a bit quicker than F. Lewis that time. Quite a bit of understeer going through Rivage this time. Track does not feel grippy. Down towards Pouon. Run wide there. Don't pick up a warning, luckily. There's a yellow flag in front of us. I'm not sure what's happened. That's been cleared quite quickly, I think, so we're not going to gain anything from that, but we're definitely on the back of F. Lewis now. Our soft tyres may be working better than his mediums at this point of the race. But Mikey behind definitely seems to have a run on us as we came out of Stavolo towards Blanchimont. Is he close enough to overtake? I'm not sure. No, not on this lap. As it looks as though there may have been an accident behind us somewhere. So DRS enabled now. We'll have DRS on F. Lewis. That's not the greatest of lines to take through there. Sticky DRS on now, so I'll make sure I'm within DRS ranges. We head up Eau Rouge. I should be, that's fine. Quite a lot quicker than F. Lewis through there as well. I wonder if he had a moment. Tyres already feel like they're struggling. Scammer runs wide there. I wonder if F. Lewis will have a look. If he's not close enough, Scammer's going to block that off straight away.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So we've made a gap to Dixie Normus, who's in 13th. We'll need to stretch this. Was planning on going a 2-stopper. My engineer's just recommended to go straight to hards. But I think... Oh, there's an accident there, and that's Mattoman off. And that's caused all kinds of chaos down here, and that's who's that? That's Mirko. So in the space of 2 corners, I don't know if they had contact or damaged each other. That's 2 positions gained. And F. Lewis is going to have a look at Scammer in front of us. So that fell into our hands quite nicely. As Scammer's in the wall! Back end went around Blanchimont. So in the space of the last sector here at Spa, we've somehow gained 3 positions, and top 10 might be likely now. But what we have done though, between all that, is we've lost ground to F. Lewis, and I think the medium tyres are now probably the quickest tyres to be on. I think the softs are slowly running off. And with no DRS now, it's going to leave us runnable to Mikey behind me. He's not quite close enough. We're quite quick, seemingly, at Eau Rouge. And so, ahead of us, we've got another one of our old rivals, Rob Wills, followed by F. Lewis. We've got Mikey behind us. We've run really wide there, and I'm really struggling now with the front end. We've got Mikey behind us and Dixie Normus behind him. As Rob Wills picks up a 3-second penalty as well, which may come into play at the end of the race. As we're going to run wide there at Pouon, and that's a warning again. Need to be careful with these warnings, especially if we're in DRS trains. But I seem to have no front end grip at the moment. But I think Rob's struggling as well with it ahead, because we're able to catch this pack. And so we should be within DRS range going on to the next lap, which should be helpful in our defence against Mikey. Managed to gain more time on Dixie Normus behind as we go through Blanchimont and through the bus stop, ready to start lap 5. And that's another daft warning. So that's the warning number 2. We need to be careful now for the rest of the race so we don't pick a daft 3-second penalty up. And that wasn't the perfect line for there, but again, we've gained time and F. Lewis ahead. But I think Mikey must have had a slingshot up Eau Rouge because he's gaining on us. I don't think the straight's long enough. But I definitely feel at this point with the medium tyres, the cars on the medium tyres are the ones who have the advantage now. There's Rob defends hard from F. Lewis, and I think it's JN Tex ahead of Rob Wills there.
Gap to teammate behind is 6.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 12th. The time last lap was a
As I said, I kind of wanted to score points to the instructors. The way this league works is because I'm a reserve driver, I won't score any points myself. But I will score points for the team. So I was hoping for a good result for the Williams team. As F. Lewis is all over Rob Wills ahead. But Mikey's much closer to us this time. And he gets a great run coming out of Stavelot. And he's going to be on a gearbox, he is. We're going to go through Blanchimont. He's going to make a move, we'll show him the outside. And he's going to sweep around the outside. We're a bit cautious again, don't want to do anything too daft. As long as we can keep in the DRS range, that doesn't hurt us, because I think Mikey's quicker than us anyway. I think he must have qualified out of position. And when we do pit earlier than him, we will have an undercut, but he will be quicker late on.
Okay, copy that.
Although that hasn't worked out this time, we had a terrible run coming out of the source. And I'm struggling on these tyres now.
Yellow flag.
Oh, and it's been a big accident. That's Ecos Shifter, I think, that's out. I don't think he's out. The car must have survived.
Officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
That's caused a pile up here, and I think there's a wounded car in front of us. So there's obviously a collision up top. And I think, is it Jamie Wright? His car is wounded. He's struggling with it. Runs wide there. He must have wing damage, he just didn't have the front downforce to get through Pouon. So then that's another spinner, that's Nelly off.
Tyre condition is still
So I'm really not sure what's going on the front here.
track, resulting in loose depth.
But we're gaining a lot of positions from it.
Managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right
Let's look at that, Jamie just hasn't got the front downforce to get through the last part of Stavelot. We're going to try this now. Move's done before we get to Blanchimont. Surprised Jamie's even to go through Blanchimont with his wing like that. He's going to come back at us. We're going to block that line off. And I assume Jamie now will pit. So now we're up to P6. And at the end of lap 7 we're going to pit. And this is our first pit stop with the manual pit. So we'll see how we do. I think we're going to lose a lot of time, which we do. Right, well, let's remember the Mountain Man is about 3 seconds behind us and we should have an undercut on him, but I think we may have lost quite a bit of time there. So it's something new. It's the rule in this league. That's something new as well, that I don't regularly do.
Only one stop to
And
go.
so's this, which is why we're painfully slow coming out of there. Mirko gets ahead of us. Yeah, that pit stop was very slow. Although Jamie Wright is much quicker than us. But he had to change a wing and he still come out ahead of us. But we've got a run on him now. Much better slingshot going up Eau Rouge. We've got DLS. We're on the inside. The pass is done. We'll take the middle line, crowd him out. I don't know how long we're going to be able to defend from him for, though we're much quicker. He's much quicker, sorry. As we run really wide again through Rivage, and maybe it's the track conditions or something, but just don't seem to have any front downforce. And this is a setup I've used in the past where I've not done too badly on. Look at the grip, Jamie gets through Pouon. Go down to Fania chicane, he's on the outside. He sweeps straight past. There's no need to lose time against cars that I know are much quicker than me. Be interesting. I think Mataman's pitted. I assume we'll be ahead of Mataman. But with my slow pit stop, may be completely wrong as well. Mataman's put on a set of hards till the end, which is an interesting strategy. And there he is. So we've definitely got a speed run on him. Oh, especially through Eau Rouge. We're in this slipstream. Oh, Mirko spun. We've gone straight through Mirko, pointing the wrong way up top of the hill. No, we're on the inside line. Mataman's going to be crowded out. Oh, we've touched the curb. We're round. Hard racing, and we just went over the limit of what was possible. And look at that. Scammer's right behind us now. So we lost about 7 seconds then. And our tyres are hot and they feel horrible. And we're struggling to get around corners properly. And so that gap we made to Scammer has now ended. Although we've gained time there on Scammer. Oh, we've definitely gained time on Scammer now because he's round. Scammer goes for his bin behind us. Going through Fania. I think our tyres are cooled down enough now. And what we're going to need to do is battle and defend once the medium tyre cars pit. So I can't see us making inroads on those ahead. But we may be able to defend from those that started on mediums. And so on lap 13 we're up to 10th. We've made no inroads on those in front of us. Very little inroads from DXT Senna behind us and Pedro, our teammate. And so at this rate it'll just be manage the tyres until the end, I think. You know, make that P9 now as we all overtake Dixie Normus. Oh, and that's a VSC.
Incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now.
Which is now a full safety car. So this will be a pit for softs. Definitely. And so here's the restart. We ended up P11 after all that. All those who started on the medium had a lot of luck after that. And made up a lot of ground. We have a really poor restart coming out of the bus stop. We just had no grip. Our tyres were cold. So our teammate Pedro might try a run on us. There's action ahead of us as well, as I think DXT Senna just ran on the outside of Nelly. So they're thinking of going, so they barge wheels ahead of us, they're thinking of going a side by side up Eau Rouge. And they both make it out alive. And there's a yellow flag, I think that's Scammer who must have spun at Eau Rouge. And DXT Senna and Nelly are both side by side still ahead of us. And Nelly comes out ahead. And with only 5 laps left, we still don't have a penalty, and a lot of cars in front of us do. So if we can get in the DRS train and stay there, we'll probably jump up the leaderboard a little bit. But that spin, trying to overtake Mataman, has cost us. And there's another yellow flag. Who's that? That's Mataman. Mataman spun at Fania. So now we're in the top 10. And we're hoping to stay here. We said before I started I'd love to have a top 10 finish. Always great these days seeing a Williams in the top 10. Nelly a couple of places ahead of us is the fastest man on track at the moment. Nelly's got past Dixie Norris going up Eau Rouge. What an overtake that was. This is what I mentioned, of course, with those on mediums. Had a lot of luck with that safety car because I think we'd have been ahead of Dixie Norris, etc. And so we're going to have to do the battling on track now. It's a clean slate for everyone, fresh softs. And there's so many lines you can take through Rivage, and never really sure which one's the quickest. There's a yellow flag somewhere. That doesn't affect us this time. As we try and chase down DXT Senna. And I think Nelly may have had a snap of overstay through Fania there. We still need to be careful not to run wide anyway and get a penalty, because that's going to be the key to our success, hopefully. DXT Senna does run wide coming out of Stavolo. But he carried enough speed that we're probably not going to get close enough to him. We've now got Mirko behind us, who has a 6-second penalty. He just got past our teammate Pedro. And this is where we seem to be struggling most of all, is at the bus stop. So lap 19 DRS is enabled and we're in the DRS train. We should pick up some points from here. And there's a yellow flag somewhere at the top of the hill. Oh, and it's another safety car. There's carnage everywhere. Oh, and that's an awful restart. So much wheel spin. With the penalties, if we could get past Dixie Norris, we probably had a shot at a podium, but not like that. And oh, look how cold our tyres are. Mirko's all over the back of us. Dixie Norris is already a second up the road. And so Mirko's going to want to run at us now as we head towards Lacombe on the Camel Straight. He's going to make that move quite easily, and Matterman's going to want to follow him as well. We're not going to let that happen. Oh, there's a couple of cars off there. That was Mikey and Nelly, I think.
Okay, clear.
So this is P6 at the moment. With penalties, it would be P3, but we need to start making moves.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
It was Mikey and Nelly that are out. 2 laps to go. We just need to keep our head and not get that penalty. It should be a good haul of points for the Williams team. Pedro's not far behind either. And so we may have a run on Mirko going here, but I think Matterman's got a run on us as well. We don't need to be too daft in our attempt at an overtake, because we're going to be ahead of Mirko on the road. And I think Dixie Norris is a bit too far. We're definitely closing, but we've been blocked in by Matterman. And so Matterman will have the inside line. We've got the inside line for the second line of the bus stop. Oh, but it's tight. And there's no need to fight that too much. Pedro behind me, my teammate's now got the 3-second penalty as well. As DST Senna and Pedro do some bumping and grinding behind me. Going through La Source. And so on the last lap. Eau Rouge Radion. Camel Straight. We'll finish P7 on the road. Likely to finish higher than that due to penalties. Pedro has a sniff. We give him room in case he did decide to dive bomb. He doesn't, the op's out of it. He wasn't quite close enough. And so this is just a case of keeping on the track now. As Mirko and Matterman do battle ahead of me, which will make sure they're within the 3-second gap. There's Mattelman. Oh, Mattelman gets a penalty. So we'll definitely be ahead of these two in front of me. I'm not sure in regards to ahead of Dixie Normus. I think it'll be his podium. But we're going to go through Blanchimont for the last time. 190 mile an hour left-hander. Matman tries to make a move on Dixie Normus there. We're going to run wide, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. And so after all that, we finished P4 in our first race at OTL, and I'm really, really happy with that result there. Yeah, those are penalties. The top two was never going to catch them on track. They were far too quick. But a P4 debut race in this league. Commentators also voted voted me driver of the day. So a great result that all round, and a great result for the Williams F1 team as well. 4th and 5th, good points.